The forest was alive with whispers. Leaves rustled as the wind carried the faint cries of distant animals. Deep in the heart of Obinwani's sacred forest, Obiora, a young hunter, moved with the grace of a predator. Clad in a brown raffia tunic, a beaded necklace of his late father's hung heavily on his chest. The spear in his hand felt like an extension of his own will as he crouched low, eyes scanning the dense foliage. Suddenly, silence. From the shadows emerged a leopard, its amber eyes glowing like twin suns. Obiora froze, his heart pounding. He had heard tales of the leopard spirit, the guardian of warriors, but never had he dreamed of standing before one. The animal stared at him, its gaze penetrating as if weighing his soul. Then, as if satisfied, it turned and disappeared into the undergrowth. "Destiny is calling you, Obiora," a voice whispered in his mind. The death of Eze Obidike cast a heavy shadow over Obinwani. The elders gathered in the sacred courtyard beneath the Iroko tree, their voices rising in heated debate. Clad in flowing white Asiagu robes, their red caps glinted in the sun, symbols of their authority. Adana the Oracle stood at the center, her blue wrapper shimmering with cowrie shells. She held a carved leopard statuette in one hand and a fan of palm fronds in the other. Her voice rang out, silencing the elders. "The spirit of the leopard has chosen its king," she declared. "When the time comes, he shall rise, bearing the scars of his people, and lead us into the light." The elders murmured, some in agreement, others skeptical. Nkem, a childhood friend of Obiora, sat at the edge of the council, his jaw tight. His envy was a flame that burned hotter with every passing day. He had always believed he deserved the throne, not some prophecy about a hunter from the forest. Under the cover of darkness, Ninkim slipped into a hidden camp on the outskirts of Obinwane. Inkim, tall and imposing, leaned over a map of the kingdom spread across a wooden table. His voice was low but firm. "The mines are yours if you help me take the throne. Obiora is a hunter. Nothing more. He cannot stand against us." The foreign chieftain, a man with cold eyes and a scar running down his cheek, nodded. "Then let us prepare for war." Obiora sat by the riverbank, gazing at the stars. His sister Amaka joined him, her spear slung over her shoulder. "Do you ever wonder why the leopard spared you?" she asked, breaking the silence. Before he could answer, the oracle appeared, her presence as commanding as the wind. She placed the carved leopard statuette before him. "The spirits have chosen you, Obiora," she said. "The mark of the leopard is not just on your chest, but in your heart. You must rise, for darkness is coming, and only you can save Obinwani." Dawn broke over the battlefield, painting the sky in hues of red and gold. Obiora stood at the forefront of his warriors, his leopard skin cloak billowing in the wind. Behind him, Amaka rallied the fighters, her voice fierce and unwavering. Across the field, Nkem and his foreign allies stood in formation. The clash of steel and the war cries of Obinwani's warriors filled the air as the battle began. Obiora fought with the ferocity of the leopard, his spear striking true. He moved like a shadow, every step a dance, every strike a roar. Amaka fought beside him, her spear flashing like lightning. Finally, the moment came. Obiora and Nkem stood face to face. Nkem's sword gleamed as he lunged, but Obiora parried, his movements swift and precise. Their fight was a blur of motion, but it ended as quickly as it began. Obiora's spear found its mark, piercing Nkem's defenses. As Nkem fell to his knees, Obiora hesitated. The village square erupted in celebration. Drums thundered, and dancers moved with wild abandon. Obiora sat on a throne carved with leopard motifs, his Isiag robe shimmering in the sunlight. The elders placed a beaded crown on his head, and the people chanted his name. Amaka stood proudly at his side, a symbol of strength and loyalty. The Leopard King has risen. Obinwane shall know peace once more. As Obiora looked out at his people, he felt the weight of his destiny. The journey had been long and filled with trials, but he was ready to lead. For he was no longer just a hunter. He was the Leopard King.
Thank you for watching Seen and Heard Stories. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more captivating African folktale stories. See you in the next story.